Aloha everybody, how's it going? Welcome back. Day 19 to 21 days to 2021, and we're just about there, just a few days away from 2021. Let me ask you a question. Are you ready for it? Are you in position? Are you prepared? And today I'm going to just briefly touch on one of the topics that's going to help you to win. And it's going to help everybody to win if you have a good network. We all know about network is equal to your net worth, right? It has such a direct correlation. There's so many angles that are pretty much have a big impact. But there's always that one person, that's like, I hate people, I hate being around people, I hate meeting new people, I choose to live in a cave. And I'm not worried about those people who are self-declared hermits because they're not watching this, because they're not on social media and they don't care, okay? But when it comes to your network, why is it so important? Why? Because it's your circle of influence. We all know that we perform to the expectations of our peers. We tend to have similar interests and hobbies and language and all those things of the people that you hang around most. And also it's your team, you know, your friends and family that are around you, that you're around most. And you know, we all have different skills, we all have different connections and perspective on things. So your network can help you get that fill in the blank, right? Maybe that referral, or your network can help you get that customer, or they're going to help you find a solution. Your network can help get you to experiences, or maybe give you good feedback on a situation that you're in that you can't see yourself. Your network's going to give you ideas. Your network's going to give you advice and support, and most importantly, those endorsements, you know? And so whether it comes to picking out a restaurant or knowing where to travel here in Hawaii, you know, a lot of people call me up, hey Tommy, where's the good food at? Because they just know me for that, you know, and especially when it comes to business and personal life, or even your love life. So guys, your network is if you want to increase the quality of your life, you want to increase your life experiences, definitely it's not a bad idea to grow your network. Now there's two sides to this. You can organically grow your network and meet people in person. And I think that's very different from your online presence or your online footprint. And those are two different things, guys. There's not a lot of trust and there's not a lot of honesty on the internet. So today we're really going to focus on organically growing your network. Okay, where are you going throughout your day and your week and your month? Okay, and it comes down to basically one thing that I learned at a very young age. It's called the law of buoyancy. Okay, and I just want you to imagine that we're all here in this ocean. And within this ocean, there's three types of people. There are people that are negatively buoyant, right? They're just negative. You guys know those kind of people? No matter what the situation is, they're gonna find out what's wrong with it. You can be having the greatest time of your life. Everything's perfect. And they'll tell you, well, not for long. And there's people, the most people, who are just neutrally buoyant, you know? When times get tough, they kick off the bottom, you know? But as soon as they get a little bit comfortable, they stop striving for the top. And they kind of just mid-water, just kind of float there. And the positive people, it doesn't matter what situation, what social environment, they could be at a party or in a professional setting. And by the end of that short little 1 hour or 1 day or however long you're with those people, they're the life of the party. By the end of that, everyone wants to know them. By the end of that situation, everyone's like, that person is the leader. They've got the charisma. I don't know what it is about that person, but they got that energy. And on the opposite side, the people who are negative, they always sink to the bottom. And as the tides of life, the current knocks them around on the ocean floor and they hit the rocks and the reef and they, because they have no control over their life, they feel like they're victims, right? And they play the blame game. They blame this, they blame the government, they blame taxes, they blame their boss, they blame their spouse, they blame everything else except that person in the mirror, right? But how do you get from here, from the bottom or wherever you are, and get to float the boat at the top of the industry that you're in, or the social group or the club or the church or whatever you want to do? You know, one of my personal best friends and mentors, Mr. Danny Bay, started off when they moved to America, barely had a grasp of the English language, and was making $8.50 an hour working at Starbucks as a barista. And just within a few short 2 years, 2.5 years of time, okay, he's hanging out with some of the most successful people on the planet. And I mean like the TD Jakes, the Phil Ruffin of the Frontier Hotel Casinos, the top multi-millionaire experts of the industries that we're in. I mean, it's just amazing at his international network. that he has today. All the celebrities, people in Korea and Asia and Japan, all over the world know exactly who he is. They all love him and they all want to be around him. But it didn't happen overnight. See, what happens is you connect this person from here, you'll connect into the next level, the next tide pool, the next group of people, and those people will connect you with the next group of people, and so on and so forth. And it doesn't happen overnight. So if you had to break it down, you know, there's people, okay, and we have relationships. And a lot of times when it comes to the law of buoyancy, this is what you hear a lot of people say when it comes to networking. Oh, it's all about who you know. Well, yeah, I mean, that's a way it's all about who you know. But let me tell you what one of my mentors taught me. It's not who you know. Try looking at it as more important, who knows you, right? I mean, you ever like bump into those people and they're like, hey man, we got to go to this nightclub. We're going to get in VIP. I know the owner. I know all the security. I know all the bartenders. Don't worry. We're not going to stand in line. You get over there and they're like, who you? Line's right over there and it's a $25 cover. Or in our industry, direct sales industry, you talk to somebody and you're like, oh my gosh, you're so lucky to be working with me because I know everybody. And you find out nobody knows them. So, you know, it's one thing to know people, but what is the reciprocal? Are they going to come and give you the suggestion or the endorsement or the referral, right? So this relationship, we got to break down scientifically. So let's say this is you and this is another person, okay? We all have these rings, right? Like rings of Saturn. And in your inner circle, your very red hot network, and this is your closest family, your best friends, right? People that you would take a bullet for. And on the other side, you've got somebody over there who is also the same. They've got a red hot network. And then we've got a warm network, people who are maybe a distant relative or a co-worker, somebody they hang out with, but not maybe necessarily every single day. And then anyone outside who's a stranger is your cold market, right? So the whole goal is, you see these little rings that are connecting? Well, those are people, those are connectors, right? A lot of times people have met their spouse or significant other through a mutual friend, right? Or you made a business contact or a business deal through a mutual friend and it came with that recommendation. It came with that edification. It came with that endorsement. Like, oh my God, everyone's got a Google search in life. Oh, I need a realtor? I mean, guys, I have literally 5-gallon buckets, like half full of business cards, right? You can go on Google right now or Facebook and type in a keyword or go through your friends. How many realtors you guys have? How many insurance professionals? How many people do you know that are in a relative industry and who's topping that Google search and why? Okay? Especially here in Hawaii, it works that way, but the world is smaller than we think, right? And so the whole question you got to ask yourself is, how do people feel when they're around you? You know? And why? Why would they endorse you? Why would they speak highly of you? You know? Because people are never going to remember what you say, but they're always going to remember how they feel when you're around you. So I like to think the people that I hang around most, when they hang around me, they're like, I don't know about Tommy, but that guy's always happy. And he's always smiling. He's always having a good time. He's positive. He's always trying to help everybody around him. He's super selfless. And the guy he's an awesome chef. Even though he's in crazy back pain, he's always giving all the aunties and the uncle massages and fixing their neck and their back. You know, he's a really selfless, caring guy. And that's what I want to project myself as. And that's the kind of person I actually am. And I'm genuine about it and have that integrity. So that's the key, guys. Is that, are you a value add to the people that are around you? And the person, let's say that you're trying to get into the higher network, let's say you're in real estate and you want to get some people that who are in the A-list or in the top 3%, the wealthy people who have that kind of a buying power, and you want to sell those kind of properties. Well, how do you rub elbows or get a referral from those kinds of people? Because those kind of people like to hang around like-minded people. Right? A lot of people come up to me, well, Tommy, you know, rich people, they're really snobby. I'm like, no, they're not. They're like, oh, they're really stuck up. I'm like, no, they're not. They're some of the most nicest, positive, generous people in the world. Last time I checked, I don't see too many broke-ass people donating a lot of money to charity. In fact, those are the people that are negative and complaining, and people with negative mindset usually have negative bank accounts, you know? And so reality is, guys, there's a list a mile long, and I'm not going to get super deep into it. And you know, we're just touching on it today. We could spend literally hours, days, weeks, and years. I've been working at this for 26 years. When you met me, or those of you guys that knew me in high school, 17 years old, I was a sarcastic, drunk punk. And I know because I know me. And I wouldn't, actually, my knowledge of hindsight, I don't think I would have wanted to have been friends with myself, because I was just a cocky young punk. And, you know, I had to go through a lot of personal development, and I had to learn about myself and learn about relationships and communications. But there's a long list, and we're just going to touch on them, guys. You're going to either attract or repel success. You're going to either attract or repel good people, right? Like minds attract, birds of a feather flock together, right? So are you positive? Are you a positive kind of a person, or are you more like a negative kind of person? Like, think about that, right? And we're not going to get into examples of what people say that sounds positive or negative connotation, but you guys know what I mean. Are you smiling more, or do you frown more? Right? Are you usually part of the solution, or are you usually part of the problem? Are you always a person pointing out what's wrong, or are you looking at how we're going to fix this, right? Because nothing's ever perfect. Are you more of a giver, or are you more of a taker? Right? Are you the kind of person that encourages all the time, or are you always criticizing everyone and everything all of the time? Because it rubs off on people, and they just get a sense of that. Are you genuine, or are you more like superficial? Okay? Are you keeping things on the real, or do you exaggerate everything? Are you the person that just exaggerate things? A lot of times I tell my friends, oh my gosh, especially when we go to Japan, you gotta eat this thing, you gotta eat this yakitori, you gotta eat this otoro, you gotta try Hanasaki crab at the Hokkaido market. It's insane. You gotta try this $5 strawberry. And they're like, yeah. And then they eat it. And they're like, oh my God, that was the greatest strawberry I've ever had in my whole life. I say, was I exaggerating? No. So guys, keep it on the real, okay? And also, you gotta be humble. Nobody likes to hang around somebody that is conceited or arrogant or always talks about themselves or brags about themselves. Are you listening more than that? Or are you the kind of person that you just talk too much? Okay? And there's different contexts for that. Maybe you're the guest speaker and you should be talking. But when I'm in a place where, you know, I'm not the keynote speaker, and I like to I've done enough talking, especially after the party or the dinner afterwards. I like to shut up and listen because my voice is already going, okay? And are you focused on others, or are you kind of more self-centered? I tend to be more focused on other people around and what's their situation, and do you need another helping of food or another drink, or are they sitting kind of funny? Are they in pain? Are they okay? How's their happiness, and how can I increase that? So be a value add to people, and instead of being somebody that's taking away value or sucking up a time, we call them time bandits. Are you giving out energy, or are you sucking people's energy? It's not in between. There's no in between, guys. If you're in this room, if you're in an ocean, if you're in a room and you're at a party, and some people say, well, I'm not talking to anybody and I'm not being social, I'm neutral, I'm right in the middle. No, you're sucking energy because you're taking up space and you're breathing oxygen. Right? If you're in a canoe with 9 people, either you're paddling and you're helping to project that canoe forward, or even if you're just sitting there, you're providing drag and weight. So you better start paddling and contributing, and you're gonna feel better about it. Be more of a positive person and a problem solver, not criticizing all the time and looking for what the problem is, okay? And that's just gonna help you that next time somebody is Google searching, like, oh, when we come to Hawaii, who's the first person we call? And I'd like to think that me and my friends, a lot of them watching this video, and be like, yeah, we're the guys. If you want to go diving or fishing or surfing or boating or check out a waterfall or hike the volcano or do something amazing, eat some amazing food, and you want to have the most unbelievable time here in Hawaii, we're your guys. And maybe that's why a lot of people like to call us when they come to the lava rocks in the middle position, Pacific Ocean. And of course, that invitation is open to you, right? So guys, let's focus on some of these things moving up to the New Year's. We're really gonna have only a few more sessions here before the end of the year and I'm done doing these videos. But I just want to tell you guys right now, it's been a real pleasure and an experience. I'm learning a lot just by organizing this information and putting it down on recording, making it digital. and I'm the one probably benefiting the most. I feel like we've already got kind of a little bit of a relationship going here, and I truly appreciate you guys that have been sending me those comments and sharing these messages with people that really would benefit, and it would be a value add to them. So the bottom line when it comes to networking, guys, is here's the true test. What do your closest friends, family, and co-workers say about you when you're not around? And I'm not saying that we gotta go please everybody. Like I said, we're not kissing butt, and we don't care about people that shouldn't matter to us. Their opinion shouldn't, weigh on you. We're not trying to please the whole world. You're not gonna. But I'm just saying your closest friends, when they're around you, and then you walk away, or they're like, oh, that person, da 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 da. Maybe that person's bad. But I'm just saying, guys, if the majority of the time people are saying, well, that person, he's so selfish, he never reaches for the tab at the table, and every time he never pitches in, he's always complaining, that person is always like just a taker, or that person is just negative. Well then, guys, that's not going to help you to become more successful in anything you do, not just business, but in life in general, and it's going to affect you. And then maybe you're going to get more negative and hit that downward spiral, and you're going to become a toxic person that nobody wants to be around. And I don't wish that for you or anyone. So today, right now, let's start monitoring this stuff and really being mindful of what attracts and what we're trying to attract, and what is repelling, and what's going to cause you to have not as a great relationships and experience on this planet while we're here. So thank you guys so much for listening in, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for another amazing, powerful message. It's time to start getting in position and prepared for 2021. Take care, stay safe, and aloha!